If you feel like you need to impress her, you've already lost your position. Because attraction doesn't grow when you perform, it grows when you stop trying to win. And most men don't lose because they're not good enough. They lose because they're not real. This is where everything starts going wrong. You don't get rejected for who you are. You get rejected for the version you thought she wanted. And today, you'll understand exactly why acting kills attraction and what actually makes her choose you. Most men don't notice the exact moment it happens, but it happens fast. You meet a woman you like, and without realizing it, you shift. You adjust your tone. You adjust your behavior. You start filtering yourself. You become more agreeable. You soften your opinions. You avoid saying anything that might ruin your chances. And in your mind, this feels smart. It feels strategic. It feels like control. But it's not control, it's fear. Because the moment you start acting, you're no longer leading the interaction, you're reacting to it. You're trying to predict her. You're trying to match what you think she wants, and that instantly puts you in a weaker position. Here's the reality no one tells you. When you try to impress a woman, you're not showing value, you're asking for approval. And those two things are not the same. Approval is something you seek. Value is something you carry. And women don't feel attraction toward men who are seeking. They feel it toward men who are already certain of themselves. Now let's break this deeper. When you act like someone you're not, you create a mismatch between your words and your energy. You might say something confident, but your tone is slightly hesitant. You might try to act relaxed, but your body is tense. You might try to sound interesting, but you're overthinking every sentence. And that subtle inconsistency is exactly what she feels. Women don't just listen, they read. They read micro-expressions. They read pauses. They read how natural or unnatural your behavior is. And when something feels off, it creates doubt. Not logical doubt, emotional doubt. And emotional doubt kills attraction instantly. This is why some men say all the right things and still fail. And another man says less, tries less, but wins. Because one is performing and the other is simply being. But let's be clear here. This is not about being careless or having no awareness. This is about alignment. When what you say, how you say it, and who you are all the same. That's what creates presence. That's what creates impact. And presence is far more powerful than perfection. Now here's where it gets interesting. The more you try to be liked, the more predictable you become. And predictability removes tension. And without tension, there's no attraction. Because attraction needs space. It needs a slight uncertainty. It needs a feeling that you're not fully controlled, not fully figured out, not fully available. But when you're trying to impress, you give everything away. You respond too fast. You agree too easily. You validate too much. You make yourself too available. And in doing that, you remove the very thing that makes her interested. So what happens? She starts pulling back. Not because you did something wrong, but because there's nothing left to discover. There's no challenge. There's no curiosity. There's no emotional movement. And this is when men start overcompensating. They try harder. They text more. They explain more. They give more attention. And that only makes things worse. Because now you're not just performing, you're chasing. And chasing destroys attraction faster than rejection ever could. Now compare that to a man who is grounded. He's not trying to impress. He's not trying to win. He's not trying to be perfect. He's simply expressing himself as he is. If he agrees, he agrees. If he disagrees, he says it. If he likes something, he shows it. If he doesn't fake it. And that level of honesty creates something rare. It creates clarity. She knows exactly what she's dealing with. And more importantly, she feels it. Because authenticity is not just about truth. It's about consistency. It's about being the same person regardless of the situation. And consistency builds trust. But not the safe, boring kind of trust. The kind of trust that feels solid, grounded, stable. Now let's address a common misunderstanding. Some people hear this and think it means say whatever you want, do whatever you want. That's not it. This isn't about being reckless. It's about being intentional without being fake. You can be respectful and still be real. You can be calm and still be confident. You can be composed and still be unpredictable. It's not about extremes, it's about balance. Here's another important layer. When you act like someone you're not, you create a silent contract. You're telling her, I will continue being this version if you keep liking me. And that creates pressure. Pressure on you to maintain it, pressure on her to respond to it. And pressure always leads to collapse. Because no one can maintain an act forever, and the moment it breaks, the attraction breaks with it. Now think long term. Even if acting works at the beginning, what happens later? You either keep pretending, or you reveal your real self. And when that shift happens, it feels like inconsistency. And inconsistency leads to loss of respect. So even if the act gets you in, it won't keep you there. This is why the strongest position you can have is being real from the start. Not perfect, not impressive, just real. Because when a woman is attracted to the real you, there's nothing to maintain. There's nothing to protect. There's nothing to fake. And that's freedom. Now let's talk about improvement. Because being real doesn't mean staying average. If there are areas in your life that need work, you work on them. But you don't perform them. You don't fake them. You build them. Confidence is not something you act. It's something you develop. Clarity is not something you pretend. It's something you gain. Stability is not something you show. It's something you become. And once you build those things, you don't need to impress anyone. They feel it. Because real confidence doesn't announce itself. It shows up in silence, in how you speak, in how you move, in how little you need to prove. And that's what changes everything. Now here's something even deeper. Most men are not afraid of rejection. They're afraid of being seen for who they really are. So they hide behind a better version, an upgraded personality, a controlled image. But that fear is exactly what disconnects them. Because real attraction requires exposure. It requires risk. It requires the possibility that she might not like the real you. And when you accept that possibility, you become free. Free from overthinking, free from pressure, free from performance. And that freedom is felt instantly. So next time you're in a conversation, pay attention. Not to her, to yourself. Are you filtering? Are you adjusting? Are you trying to say the right thing? If yes, pause and reset. Go back to neutral, go back to calm, and speak from there. You'll notice something immediately. You'll feel lighter, you'll feel less pressure, and the interaction will feel more natural. And when you feel natural, she feels comfortable. And when she feels comfortable, she opens up. And when she opens up, attraction has space to grow. This is the part most men miss. They think attraction is something they need to create. It's not. It's something they need to stop blocking. By overthinking, by overperforming, by overinvesting. Remove those, and attraction happens on its own. So if you've been trying to be someone else to get her attention, stop. If you've been playing a role just to keep her interested, stop. If you've been measuring every word, every message, every reaction, stop. Because the version of you that attracts her is not the one trying to. It's the one who doesn't need to. The one who is already complete. The one who is already grounded. the one who is not seeking approval. And that's the shift. Not be yourself in a weak, passive way, but stop performing in a strong, controlled way. Because the moment you drop the act, you step into a different position. You stop chasing, you stop proving, you stop seeking. And when you stop seeking, you become the one others seek. That's the game. And once you understand it, you won't just stop trying to impress women, you'll stop trying to impress anyone.